The fish was that big. How big? It took 15 sailors to hold it.
I said, well, it's probably an oarfish. Oh, you know what it is? He says, you still want it? I said, of course we want it. I mean, hardly anybody's ever seen this thing before, you know?
This is H.J. Walker, senior museum scientist for Scripps Institution of Oceanography. He helps run these archives of fish.
We have 2 million specimens here.
The newest is the head of the 23-foot oarfish found by Navy SEALs jogging on the beach in Coronado.
Here's this giant elongate dorsal rays on the top of the head, dorsal fin rays. It was just gorgeous. It's like a long silver ribbon lying on the beach, you know, and the fins at that time still had some red in them. In life, these things. Oh, you hold it out there, Carol.
I'm fine. They can be up to 50 feet long, beautiful and mysterious creatures of the deep. They can beach themselves like one did here in La Paz last July, but mostly oarfish travel the ocean deep, 300 to 1,000 feet down, and are so rare that this scientist has only seen them twice in his career.
Many biologists believe that it is responsible for many of the sea serpent legends. It swims in the water like an undulating fashion, much like a serpent would.
Huge but docile.
You're talking here a pretty feeble mouth and with no teeth, and it eats krill. Fishermen don't fish for this. It wouldn't take a hook. If it's going after these tiny crustaceans, it would not take a hook.
Elusive. The last time an oarfish was seen in San Diego waters was 10 years ago, 150 miles offshore.
You have some special sentimental feeling towards this fish.
Well, anytime a fish comes up like this and it's so rare, obviously we're going to take special care of it.
But Scripps just couldn't store all 23 feet. It was that big. Call it the part that got away. Carol Hasson, KFMB News 8.
Most people don't believe it, and then I show them some pictures and they begin to believe that it actually happened, yeah.
This is a local anesthetic that stops laryngospasm that plagues cats when we...
It's a fishtail that longtime San Marcos veterinarian Gary Smalley is having a whale of a time telling his clients. While fishing off Baja in the Sea of Cortez, Smalley and his son Brett suddenly saw something floundering in the warm waters.
A deckhand and I grabbed a gaff and stuck him and pulled him up on the boat, and it just kept coming, and the thing was 20 feet long.
As they pulled the eel-looking creature over the boat's railing, it snapped in half and fell back into the ocean.
We tried to get the gaff in it, but the piece decided to swim away from the boat, and we couldn't catch it.
The remaining section of the fish was about 10 feet long and weighed 150 pounds. Once Smalley reached shore, someone at the resort he was staying at identified the catch as a rare oarfish.
Top of the fish was very hard and almost armor plate in its texture, but the bottom of the fish was very, very soft, and you really couldn't tell much about the internal structure through the skin.
Later that evening, Smalley and friends sampled their find, which didn't taste too good.
It was terrible. The taste was inedible.
In September 1996, a 23-foot-long oarfish beached itself at the Naval Special Warfare Center on Coronado. Scripps Institute scientists removed the creature's head and tail for further study. Oarfish can grow up to 50 feet and weigh 300 pounds, and some say it's related to the sea serpent.
If you see something like this swimming towards your boat and it's that big and it's that weird looking, you're going to be frightened.
Bill Blauer, KFMB News 8.